Hello, everyone. This is Annette Stanton. I've just come from a coaching session and just thought I'd come on board and share with you a little bit about what insights were gained inside this coaching session. So, with a leader of a corporation who realised that she needed to be doing less to achieve more. So, one of my favourite books by Ching-Ling Chu is Do Less, Achieve More. So, interesting philosophy, isn't it? So when we're all talking about more, gaining more, getting more, achieving more, and, and yet the belief system is that we have to work harder to do that. So one of the things that stood out to her was that she realized, because she's such a creative and a visionary, she's able to read the play, which is very well, needed when it comes to leading a team. And what she noticed was that her mental headspace was so full of reading the play ahead, and yet she said to me that her team told her that they didn't want to interrupt her because she was so busy. So I said, well, the question was, how do I let my team know it's okay for them to interrupt me, because I want to make sure that we're on track with certain things before they go way offline, off path, so to speak. And I want them to be able to, even though I say I've got an open door policy. So I said, well, what if, one of the things that she'd identified was that she was creating ahead too much, so that it filled her space up in her mind and body. Based on that, she realised and decided to take on the 60-40 rule. So for her 60-40 was, for example, if a report came over from one of her team members and it wasn't up to the standard that she thought it needed to be, then she would then sort of look at, okay, instead of it being perfect and the 100, 80-20 rule even, she decided that it was if she could look through the report through new eyes of the 60-40. So obviously based on certain standards, yes, and the policies and procedures and things like that and legalities. That's not what we're talking about here. But when you know that you're the sort of person you're the sort of leader who takes on other people's things and the way they're doing it, and they want to add that extra thing in here and there and just to improve it, that sort of thing, then it takes up all your mental space. And she had just come back from having a week off, and one of the things that she'd said was that she wanted to make sure that she didn't get that mental fusion when she went back to work, right? She wanted to maintain the balance and the energy and still, moving and being productive and efficient, at the same time having her team, come to her. But how was she going to do that in a way that the team felt that they were being heard, gotten, listened to, and were able, where she could also have that mental space to be able to take it in and slow everything down to make sure. So, I said to her, so if what if it is a process, and what if she is to start practicing the philosophy of do less to achieve more, and taking on the 60-40 rule to notice her natural creativity, whatever is stepping forward further down the track, sure, be the visionary, yet also stay in the here and now, being really mindful of that particular area of the here and now, so that your actions are so present that it opens up the presence, so that other people, your team, can come into that space and feel like that they are going to be able to connect with you and communicate with you in a way that they feel heard, understood, and knowing that it's going to go further in the areas that are important. So if you feel that you've say as a leader you've got an open door policy, and this goes for everything actually. This is not just as a leader in the workplace. So my philosophy is that you become the leader of your whole life. In your life at home, And it's all about the communication, but it's all about creating that mental space in between so that you're able to have what's called segments of time. So you have actions, that you're partaking in, and then there's a space in the mind that's able to process instead of the to-do list. And that's what she said. The other thing that she was going to make sure that she did was, instead of having that big to-do list, she would choose 3 priorities of that to-do list and put that in at the forefront so that she wasn't then having her mind and the mental space contaminated with the whole big list, which is a lot harder to then focus in on. So I'm hoping that helps a little bit. It is a process, it's a practice, there's no one size fits all, but only as she did, she was able to identify within herself her habits, the practices that she had taken on for many, many years without realizing. And it's an inside job that needs to be changed from within herself to then shift the outside external results. Okay? So it's a transformation from inside out. If that's something that you're interested in knowing more about, please feel free to contact me. This is something that I love having conversations about, it's a deep exploratory conversation about who you are, what's important to you, and how you want to live your best life, be the leader of your whole life, and having those communications that are open, the mind that's open and feeling balanced and energized every day, being very grounded. So that's something I'm very passionate about, and if I can support you in any way, then and help bring that out within yourself, then give me a call. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you. My name's Annette Stanton. I'll speak with you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.